everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Geek Game, one of the best Magic the Gathering channels for beginners and free-to-play individuals alike. Today, we're playing Historic Lurrus Azorius Tempo. It's not really a budget deck, but it is very, very close. We have Lurrus, which is a rare, and a couple rare lands included. But other than that, it's a very cheap, very accessible deck, and a very powerful deck for you guys to play and rank up in the Historic queue, which is one of my favorite play queues right now because of the current meta. Keep in mind the banned, restricted, and banned and restriction announcements come out on Monday, so I think we're going to see a lot of things change in the standard meta, and maybe it opens up and it's more accessible. However, I hope you guys enjoy this Lurrus Azorius Tempo Historic deck. As always, we're going to talk about the deck list, then break down the deck strategies, synergies, all that good stuff, then fly into today's gameplay footage, break down all the plays involved there, and then come full circle with our closing thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified of any of our future uploads. And most importantly, share this video out to any of your friends that you think might enjoy playing this deck. With that all out of the way, let's get into the deck. We have Lurrus of the Dream Den as our companion. If your starting deck meets the companion's restrictions, you may choose it to be your companion and cast it once from outside the game, which is from your sideboard. Lurrus is a 3/2 with lifelink. The companion rule is each permanent card in your starting deck has converted mana cost 2 or less. During each of your turns, you may cast one permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. Moving on, we have Ornithopter, which is a 0-drop actually. It's flying with 0/2. Moving on to our 1-drops, we had Alset of Life's Bounty, a 1/1 with lifelink. We can pay 1, sacrifice Alset of Life's Bounty. Target creature or enchantment you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. 2 copies of Novice Knight, a 2/3 with Defender. As long as Novice Knight is enchanted or equipped, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Ginger Root times 4, a 1/1 with haste. We can pay 1. Ginger Root can't be blocked except by creatures with haste, and then we can pay 2 to tap it and sacrifice it to gain 3 life. 4 copies of Karmatra's Blessing is an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's an enchanted creature or an enchantment creature, it also gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Sentinel's Eyes times 4, an aura enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. We can escape it from our graveyard and exile 2 other cards to do so while paying 1 mana to play it again. Moving on to our 2-drops, 4 copies of All That Glitters, another enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. 3 copies of Starlit Mantle, an enchantment aura with flash. When Starlit Mantle enters the battlefield, enchanted creature gains hexproof until end of turn, and it also receives +1/+1. 4 copies of Staggering Insight, another enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has lifelink, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, so that's awesome. These spells are accompanied by 9 plains, 4 islands, 4 glacial fortresses, 4 hollowed fountains, and 2 Temple of Enlightenments. That's the deck list. Now let's break down the strategy. Anyway, the strategy is really easy, and it's much like any tempo deck. It's basically an aggro deck with added draw behind it. So we want our creatures to be basically unblockable, so they can attack every turn, and there's just nothing our opponent can do but die to our damage. And then this is also accomplished by continual draw behind the attacks, which refuels our attackers or protects our attackers, depending on which route you want to go. So the deck is focused around artifacts and enchantments to buff up All That Glitters. All That Glitters is our nuke, and it's our favorite card in the deck. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control. It's not uncommon to get 5, 6, 7, 8 enchantments and artifacts on the field collectively. It's like a hidden devotion with All That Glitters, which is really, really cool, and artifacts and enchantments. So that's the go-to to kill your opponent, right? That's our final step. One of our first steps, obviously, is to get an attacker that's not blocked. So we use evasion to accomplish this. whether it be through flying or protection in this deck. We have flying through our Omnithopter and protection through Outset of Life's Bounty. And I believe, no, just our Outset of Life's Bounty. You do have to sacrifice it to give something protection. However, when we add Lurrus into the deck, we can sacrifice it, give something protection, attack with it through the blockers because he can't block, and then replay Outset afterwards. So you can kind of get yourself in an infinite loop if you have the mana to support it. So that's very, very cool. Obviously, we are putting Staggering Insight and our Curious Obsessions, which I missed in the deck talk. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't attack with a creature this turn, sacrifice Curious Obsession. So we forgot about that in the list. It was hiding from us. It's very similar to Staggering Insight. It just costs a little less, which is great. So put this on your flyers or another creature with evasion, right? Really get it anywhere, but ideally on your Thopter because he is flying and then they're not going to be able to block him. So you're going to get those attacks in, you're going to draw the cards, and then we're drawing cards like Starlit Mantle, Kamatra's Blessing, Outset of Life's Bounty to protect it, because if he has targeted removal, something like this, we can stop that and then keep that progress going, right? So we can repeat the situation, attack again with our flyer, draw another card. Hopefully the card we drew is more protection to stop what he does, and then we repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until he dies. Again, Novice Knight is really nice. It only costs 1. It's a 2/3 with Defender. We equip it with Staggering Insight. It goes to a 3/4 with no Defender, and it can attack with life gain. So that's really, really nice. The deck doesn't really suffer from too much other than field wipes. Lurrus saves us from that, but we need to be very, very, very careful when we do play our Lurrus, because our opponent is going to remove him immediately, and then once he's gone, you get absolutely no value from him, and that's really sad. It's way cooler to be able to play your Lurrus, bring an Outset of Life's Bounty back from the graveyard, and then to be able to protect your Lurrus from there, right? Let me know what you guys think of the deck. We have a sideboard if you're playing best of 3. I played best of 1 today. But as any sideboard guide goes, take the bad stuff out, put the good stuff in. Soul Guided Lantern, Apostle of Purifying Light, Draenith Magistrate, Mystical Subdual, Starlit Mantle, and Mystical Dispute. So a little bit of blend on sideboard cards there. If you're looking for extra help and clarification through the deck list and the general deck strategy, be sure to join our Discord. We have 1,000 people from all skill levels, beginners to expert, willing to help you figure out whatever it is you need help with. And if you just want to share your experience, we welcome that as well. So I invite you to join our Discord. That was the deck list. This was the deck tech. We're going to get into our gameplay footage in a second, but before we do, I want to remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share this video out to a friend, join the Discord, and follow us on Twitch. We're live on there every single morning, 6 a.m. PST, and we'd love to have your company. Come join the live discussion. Now let's get into today's gameplay footage. I had a lot of fun playing Lurrus Azorius Tempo in Historic, and I think you guys are as well. So take care, enjoy today's gameplay footage, and we will talk to you in a few minutes with our closing thoughts. Keeping the hand, we have Novice Knight into an Insight, which is pretty cool. We get to go first as well. Let's get after it. Interesting. I feel like this is a similar build as to what we have. I'm assuming he wants to block that, though. No, he wants to do the same as we. So we get the land, that's fine. Not really ideal, but it's something. Staggering Insight? Curious Obsession? What are we going to see? Nothing. This makes no sense to me. He must need to counter this. It's got to be counter spells, right? I don't mind. Let's just protect it from leaving the board. I don't care if he taps it for a turn. Let's get our Lurrus out, and then we can cycle our Starlight Mantle. He needs to counterspell that. He does actually have it. Nice. We get the removal plus all the life, right? I mean, he does have Lurrus, which is great. But he can basically chump block us forever. That's going to be annoying. How do we deal with that? We need our outside of life's bounty. Let's flash our mantle onto our other Novice Knight so we have 2 attackers. Let's just keep taking the life, that's fine. The fact that he countered our Lurrus really sucks. Taking the damage. Let's push out on our other knight. Thopter's not worth countering, I'm sorry. I guess, does he get to put a... no, he doesn't. I was thinking of the one where he gets to put the +1/+1 on a creature, and then, yeah, maybe worth it. So now we have positive conversion, because Lurrus is only bringing back 1 creature a turn, and we should be removing 2 per turn with this. I wouldn't mind Sentinel's Eyes for a little vigilance. The other Merfolk, the Trickster, his ability is not really an ordeal because it has Flash. So there's nothing to tap. We'll lose abilities, but that's it. His own Curious Obsessions. Now that's kind of what we thought off the start. More land is fine. Let's spread the damage and the draw effect. This is definitely something he needs to counter, yeah. It's a bummer, but whatever. Let's just get it out of his hand and keep killing these creatures. $36 life, he's down to 12. I mean, even if he does get going, he's got a ways to go. As long as he doesn't draw other creatures with his Mist-Cloaked Herald, we should be okay. He's attacking with his Lurrus for life gain, which is respectable. No creatures, though. He needs to counter this. A negate. Really? This guy has got it handled. We should get to draw here. Oh, that's Starlit Mantle. I thought that was a Curious Obsessions. He countered Curious Obsessions. LOL. Let's just transmute this Mantle into an Obsession. We're still gaining life. I mean, he's still drawing cards, though, is the thing. Such a bummer. As long as we can have no creatures be played, and we can draw creatures, not land. Six more life. So we're going up in life, he's staying the same. He's getting to draw a card each turn, though, which will help him win the game, 100%. Nice. So he's got life gain now, not just offsetting us. We have way too much land. What? What a joke. Okay, an outset of Life's Bounty is finally helpful. At least we can gain 6 life and put him back to only gaining 3 life by blocking his Lurrus. Oh, he taps my Novice Knight. Idiot. We could have given it hexproof there, but I don't know if that's worth wasting. And I'm sure he's got a counter. But would he counter the Merfolk's ability? I don't know if that's worth it. He's a full hand now, so I'd say game over. If our bounty can hit the field, then that's good. But it has to hit the field, is the thing. Yeah, he has so many counter spells, I'm sure. It's all we can do. He's also up to 22 now. Mist-Cloaked Herald is in there as the winning card, I think. Right? We should maybe incorporate that into our deck. Drawing 2 cards is absolutely ridiculous. Do you think we're going to draw another land next turn? It's been like, what, 3-4 turns in a row? Actually, we had Life's Bounty. That got countered, though. Hey, Ginger Brute. He can get 1 damage in. Just such a sad day. The additional life gain will help us. And hopefully we just keep these blessings, protect that Novice Knight when he does try to remove it. And hopefully that's enough to just have him mill himself. Down to 30 cards. He needs to start discarding. He's tossing lands. Ginger Brute is great for our Novice Knight. Let's make our Ginger Brute unblockable. Getting 5 damage in a turn now. Getting 8 life. And he is getting 7 damage in, gaining 6 life. So it's a weird loop that nobody's winning in. Staggering Insight, awesome. More life gain over here. So he's gaining 8 life here. Drawing 3 cards. So he has maximum, what, 8 turns left? Down to 26. As long as we can keep gaining the life to offset any of his damage, we should be okay, I hope. We get our 5 damage in, gain our 8 life. So he's gonna have to like double or triple cast on us here. Let's see if he's got it. I'm sure he does. Even returning it to our hand's not the worst. Oh, our enchantments go to the graveyard. That's actually a big time bum. So, very bad position now that I think of it. He still has 26 cards left. We've lost our life gain. He still has the hammers available. Hitting us for 5 damage guaranteed. Never mind. Move that up to 8. Yikesies. So, I think this gentleman's got a little bit more more consistent of a copy than us. But it really is relying on those counter spells where we want to just be pure aggro. I mean, we could get some good draws, I guess, and pretend he doesn't have 30 counter spells in his hand. I think this is falling apart at this point. Made for a good match, though. Am I right? He's playing the exact same kind of game we are. Just we're playing the aggro variant. He is playing the control variant. And, well, it's proven to be superior here. We had him down to like 12 life. He's up to 42 now. So you see just how strong this Mist Cloaked Herald has been. Allowing him continual attackers. Such a bummer. It's a land we scoop. $17 cards left. We're at 38. Is he going to start roping us? No, don't you dare. Sentinel's Eyes. I love it. Why not? I mean, he can counter it. We can just immediately replay it, so it does not matter. You would need to exile it somehow to get rid of it. Yeah, so he just lets it hit. No attacks, we're super duper screwed. Cry. He can attack with this Mist Cloaked Herald as well. I don't know why he doesn't. That's a big boy hit right there. Draws 4 cards. He's going to be able to beat us unless we can deal with this Mist Cloaked Herald somehow. He's got the timer of death before he runs out of cards, which is nice. He's absolutely loving this game of Magic, I guarantee it. I say counter, you say spell. Counter spell, counter spell. Just leave us alone, bro. So we could have put it on a Novice Knight and then sacked our bounty, but we wanted the life gain. That's how we were going to do it. That's how we were going to do it, you guys. Ouch. Now we have not so much luck. Taking another 6 damage, he gains another 4 cards. 5 because his draw. So he beats us just in the nick of time. He's stacking flyers. He wants damage. He won't need it. He's got it in 2 turns anyways. Now what would be cool if we had a Shatter the Sky or something like this. Ooh. 4 more cards off the top. If only we could make him draw, right? Target player draws 10 cards or something. 11. He said no to the other, so he's declining his draw triggers. Like a smart cookie. He's got lethal next turn. Let's see what we can get here. It needs to go on life gain or we're dead. That's the whole thing. Big time ouchies. You know it's not going to land. Look at all the cards in his hand, right? It's a bummer. He's just going to tap our dude. And that is just as good. It shuts out our life gain. We can't attack with it. I'm not sure 7 life would have been enough anyways, but good game. I really enjoyed that. Our opponent goes down to 10 cards and then hits for lethal. Goodness gracious. Getting wrecked. Really good match, though. One of my favorite games today. So, that is our Azorius tempo getting out Azorius by Azorius tempo control? I don't even know what you want to call that. There's a lot of counterspells in this deck. GG's. Let's go. Alright, I don't mind mulliganing this hand away because it doesn't have Omnithopters. It doesn't have really any draw engine. I mean, it does have all that glitters. I guess we should keep it for that. Oh, it's hard not to play the tempo side of the deck, right? Everybody's seen Lurrus and all that glitters. That's nothing new. What is new is Staggering Insight and Curious Obsessions. Oh, there it is. Now we're talking, ladies and gentlemen. Lurrus means I think he's playing all creatures. So we're being greedy in this but what if he has a Bone Crusher Giant? Let's play our protection creature this current turn as well. And that way, next turn we can play our Curious Obsessions and then still have mana to sacrifice our Alsad. Okay, it's a Paradise Druid. It could have been Bone Crusher Giant, though. So that's terrifying, right? Yeah. Then we'll just activate him. And then he can attack free and clear. We still had Alsed to protect him if we need, if there's any removal. And we get the draw, which is the most important part of this for us. Holding up the 1 mana for Alsed Life's Bounty. He's paying life for a Legion War Boss. And a Gilded Goose. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. So this is some Gruul shenanigans for sure. This attack will go through, sadly. But if we draw a land, which we don't, it's a lot harder without... Let's get that hit in again. He's down to 13. And we get an Omnithopter, or Ornithopter, which is great. The 2/3 Defender's great for the War Boss. And then we still have our mana held up for our Alsed of Life's Bounty to protect our Ginger Brute. Also sitting on Kamatra's Blessing, or Karamatra? I don't know. If there's anything worse than my math, it is my English skills. Okay, another Paradise Druid, that's fine. He's got a wide field, I'll give him that. Ooh. Another Thopter, can't say no to that. Just kind of keeping up the same rhythm, right? The same pattern. Holding that 1 mana up. Hopefully we draw a land here. We just can't get it. Ending our turn. Pleasantly good. You could call us the peasant that could. Oh, the Shaman is really cool. So he can basically pull anything out of his deck with that. Very cool. We're not in that bad of a position, right? We can kill his high priority targets pretty easily. Two blocks, 2 kills. There's a land. Nice. So let's end this fool with all that glitters. Right. Make him unblockable. He still has protection if we need. And that's going to do it, you guys. We didn't even have to use Lurrus here. 10 damage. Plus we get to draw a card. Tasty! Round 2, fight! It's never gonna get old, you guys. We're keeping this. We have Novice Knight into Curious Obsessions, which I think's pretty cute. We have a Lurrus of the Dream Den on the opposing board state as well, which is scary. This is mono red Lurrus. Which means we need a big baddie. He's got shocks and all sorts of shenanigans. Let's just try it. We're being greedy. Oh my gosh. It lands. We have to draw a card. He knows he needs his Fanatical Firebrand to get the damage up to 5. So if we can just keep pushing our Novice Knight stronger than he can do in damage, we're going to be okay. A robber. Fine. He can't attack. What? Uh-oh. So he must have not realized that guy had Vigilance. It's pretty funny. This hand's going to get mulliganed by us. I like the Life's Bounties, but it's not enough to get the job done. This is, though. Oh my lord. How punished do we get for this? I can't do it. I have to toss one of them. We need to keep our Starlight Mantle. Some form of protection. Hopefully no mono red. Dang it. Always with the mono red. So this will probably get removed. Luckily it goes to a 2/4, which will be harder for him to remove, but I'm sure there's things like Slang Fire, right? Oh, interesting. I am very much intrigued. It's never too early to have Lurrus in play. Looking for that blue source of mana protecting our Thopter once we do. Dush there. A shock, attack into a shock. Nice. But the thing here is, we have Lurrus. Does he have something to buff it for 1? He does. I wasn't gonna block it. Ouchie. I should not have blocked that. We should just let him do it. So bad play there. We got caught up in battle tactics instead of just playing our own tempo game. Big ouchies. Dread Horde Arcanist is like a little feather. So that's a pretty cool archetype we're seeing. Not something we typically do see. 6 damage. Ouchie. I don't think it matters what we pull here. This is game. The life gain might help us survive. I don't know. I mean, that's terrifying. Let's be honest. Lurrus is like, whatever. That actually takes our removal away. Oh no. That's game. I think we can make up for that last match. That was user error. Totally my bad. So he can cast spells as though they have flash, which is pretty cool. It's a nice turn 1 for us. Hopefully our opponent doesn't do too much. Let's just get our Ginger Brutes in play right away. That way we can Obsession and Glitters on the same turn and deal a ton of damage, hopefully. Alright, he's gonna take our Glitters. But then we're free to play our Obsession. And we have Lurrus as well, so that sucks. There's a nice hit for 5 damage. Draw a card. Just a silly land. Nobody needs that. Hopefully we don't get wiped here. Let's play our Lurrus. Obsessions can go on our Thopter, spreading our threat around. He's doing something. Oh. So we have to sacrifice 3 permanents? Okay, Curious Obsessions can go. And our Ginger Brutes can go because they have haste. We do get to still draw a card, at least, right? Now we pray that our Lurrus can survive. No! Big ouchie, bros. So we're getting smashed here, believe it or not. Crazy. This Obliterator is absolutely maddening. Loving all the land. A second one. Goodness gracious, you guys. Crazy. Let's go! Okay, so the hand looks really nice. We have turn 1 bounty, turn 2 insight. Maybe turn 3 insight and protect it with our blessing. If we can pull a second plains, right? Because we will need 2 plains for that. It looks like we have 2 mulligans on our opposing board state. I like that. Let's play it safe. Easy as that. LOL. Alrighty. Looks actually really good. The land comes in slow, but we'll get there. Oh my lord. Cage is fine. Kind of shuts down our Lurrus. Really, 3 fortresses. That's crazy. I'm gonna be greedy and just go for it. There's the Hallowed Fountain that we wanted. If we can survive here, which we do, that's basically gonna be game. We don't have any protection, so let's just go for it. Should have saved our mana there to try to draw protection, which we did not get. Here's a Johnny. That's fine. It's a little slow, though. Vanguard's really good, too. Let's just keep our Starlit Mantle up to protect us. We can offset any damage that he does to us as well. Another Vanguard. That's fine. I mean, we have a lot of life gain, so he needs to deal a lot of damage. Ooh, Sierra Ascendant. Too bad he's low on life. Right, the flying would normally save him, but not here. I mean, he's getting us, right? That 9/9 of Johnny's no joke. We'll just take it, though. We're gonna be greedy. Use our Starlit Mantle now. Just buffs him up, right? Ouchies, right? We can compete. What is this, a triple draw? 12 damage? 12 life gained? Let's get a blessing. No. May as well put our Novice Knight into attack mode. Healer Hawk is not exile. He really needs exile. We were greedy. We should have held up our Starlit Mantle to protect him, but sometimes it doesn't always make for a good show. He's hitting us for 12 damage, and we don't care. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I mean, he's gonna block, gain a little bit of life. That's fine. We gave just an exorbitant amount of health doing that. And we have Vigilance for the blocker now. Let's play Lurrus. We can end our turn, holding up our Blessing. I'm not really sure what he can do to hurt us here. He doesn't have enough life for an Ajani Exile. So I think we're good to go. There's like literally nothing this mono white deck can do to stop us. Even with an Ajani just hitting us in the face, it does nothing. Excuse me. LOL. Oh my god. That last match, you guys. That was a great match of Magic. I can't believe we lost that. Having him counter our Lurrus was clutch. What do you guys think of Lurrus Azorius Tempo? Historic, I really liked it. This deck is really cool. It's a unique way to play a tempo deck. And I think if you can get it firing, sneak your Lurrus in play, it actually works really, really good because you can now cycle your Outset of Life's Bounty, which is great. Make sure to join our Discord, share your experience with this deck. I invite all of you. We have beginners all the way up to experts, so it's a great place to get help and share your experience. We're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd appreciate your company. Come join the live discussion. And we have daily uploads on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share them, and hit the bell icon so you're notified of all of our future uploads just to help this channel grow. If you are looking to invest some money in the channel and not time, you can do so by supporting us on Patreon, joining our YouTube memberships, joining the Twitch Prime or the Twitch tiered memberships, all of those great things. So I appreciate not only of those of you who support me financially, but everybody who's supporting me with just their time and attention as well. That is really the fire and the coal of this engine. So thank you guys so much. Have a wicked day, and we'll see you tomorrow.